Familiar, you're familiar. So if you don't know by now, then you should probably get familiar.
Hello students, now let us discuss one more demonstration experiment. So experiment name is perpendicular axis theorem. So this experiment belongs to the BSc first year students. Okay, now in this experiment what is the aim? To verify the perpendicular axis theorem. Okay, we need the apparatuses called circular disc, rectangular plate, steel wire and check nuts, okay, stop clock. So what is the principle of the experiment? The ratio I by t square is constant about any axis for a torsional pendulum. So by finding the period of oscillation for a rectangular body about the three mutually perpendicular axes, the perpendicular axis theorem is verified. Okay, so to verify the perpendicular axis theorem, we need to find the moment of inertia about the three mutually perpendicular axes. So that is called Ix, Iy and Iz. Okay, so that the required formula is now to verify Iz is equal to Ix plus Iy. Okay, and then similarly you can verify the perpendicular axis theorem by using the second formula tz square equal to tx square plus ty square also. Okay, then what is this Ix? Ix is moment of inertia of the rectangular plate about the axis perpendicular to its length. Similarly, Iy is moment of inertia of rectangular plate about an axis perpendicular to breadth. Iz is moment of inertia of rectangular plate about an axis perpendicular to its plane. So all these are measured in kg meter square. Okay, then tx, ty, tz are respectively the periods, okay, the period of oscillations of the given body. So then k is actually you are calculating as the ratio I by t square as a constant value, and it is applicable for any shape of the body. So you are finding the value of k using the circular body first, and then using that value of k you are calculating the moment of inertia Ix, Iy, Iz in the experiment. Okay, now let us see the observation part. So look at the experimental arrangement to be considered for the experiment. So here we have a circular body. Okay, so this circular body is suspended by using a metallic wire to the fixed support, so that we can have the oscillations of this circular body about the axis passing through the diameter of the body. Okay, it is just like parallel to the plane, we can say parallel to the plane. The same body can be considered to get the moment of inertia, so when the axis is perpendicular to the plane also. Okay, so you have to perform both the experiments here. So in this first diagram, axis is parallel to the plane. The second diagram, axis perpendicular to the plane. Okay, for the circular bodies it is. Now we have rectangular body also in the experiment. So it should be considered in all the three cases. That means three mutually perpendicular axes. In the first diagram, you can see that the axis is actually perpendicular to the breadth, because this part of the body is called breadth. So the axis is perpendicular to the breadth it is. Okay, then in the second figure, the axis is perpendicular to the plane. Okay, so for the plane surface, the axis is made perpendicular. Then in the last one, so axis is perpendicular to the length. Okay, so this is actually the length of the body. You can see that. So axis is now perpendicular to the length. Now you look at the experimental measurements. So first part of the experimental measurement is you have to find circumference of the disc C, and then further you can calculate radius of the disc also. Okay, so because radius is given by circumference by 2 pi, so calculate the radius of the disc, and then to find the value of k, that is constant, using the circular disc. Okay, find out the mass of the disc first, that is capital M. Then you consider the two different axes here. The first axis of rotation is So perpendicular to the plane. That means circular body is considered in which the axis of rotation is made perpendicular to the plane. Okay. Then in that case moment of inertia is given by I is equal to mr square by 2. Right. So this is the standard equation for circular body, mr square by 2 when the axis is perpendicular to the plane. Then similarly the second case, when the axis is passing through the diameter, okay, then moment of inertia I is given by mr square by 4. Okay. So that is the difference here. It is divided by 2, here it is divided by 4. Standard equations for the circular bodies in two different axes. So in both the cases you find the time for 10 oscillations using the digital stop clock. Okay. So it is measured in 3 trials here, T1, T2, T3. Okay. Then take the mean value of this T1, T2, T3 as small t. Okay. Then for the period, capital T is given by small t divided by 10. Okay. So the period of oscillation, capital T is considered. Then further calculation of K is given by I by T square. So I is here mr square by 2. Okay. So mr square by 2 gives moment of inertia, and here is the period T. So calculate I by T square. Similarly calculate the I by T square for the axis passing through diameter also. Okay. So mean value of these two K values is taken further. Okay. To verify the perpendicular axis theorem, so we are considering a rectangular plate. Correct. So the three different axes, you look at the three different axes as I said. The first trial passing through center of gravity and perpendicular to the plane. Okay, suspend in that way and find out again time taken for 10 oscillations, T1, T2, T3. And then calculate mean value T. And again calculate period, capital T, that is small t divided by 10. Okay. Then that is called actually TZ. Right. So further calculation is I, moment of inertia is given by now K into T square, isn't it? So K is this mean value of the above constant value obtained using circular plate, right? So using that small K value, calculate the I value here, right? Okay. Then repeat the experiment for another two axes. So the second one is passing through center of gravity and perpendicular to length. Okay. So find out again T1, T2, T3 and calculate the mean value T, and that is called divide by 10 will give you the period called Tx, and corresponding moment of inertia is Ix. Similarly, the third case passing through center of gravity and perpendicular to the bread. Okay. So that is called actually corresponding period Ty, and corresponding moment of inertia is Iy. Okay. Now look at the experimental arrangement. So in this experiment we need the two types of plates. So one is called the circular plate, the other one is the rectangular plate. So we have two plates already. So the circular plate is actually fixed to a chuck nut. Okay. And then the steel wire is there here. So this steel wire is fixed between the two chuck nuts. Okay. So one of the chuck nut is fixed to a metal stand. Okay. And then the other end of the chuck nut is fixed to the circular plate. So one can have the free rotations for the circular plate. Okay. So we can call them as oscillations also. Like this we can perform the oscillations for the circular plate. Okay. Now what type of oscillations it is? So it is called the rotational oscillations when the axis is perpendicular to the surface. Okay, perpendicular to the plane of the circular plate. So this is the first case in which we have to find the time taken for 10 oscillations, isn't it? So to find the time taken for 10 oscillations we are using the digital stop clock. Okay. So initially it is adjusted for 0. Okay. Then I will consider the oscillations by rotating the circular plate like this, and I will leave it. Okay. So what happens when the body is rotated? Automatically you can observe that the steel wire is undergoing twisting effect at the fixed end. Okay. Due to elastic property of the steel wire, okay, it is performing the continuous oscillations by itself. Okay. the applied force is restoring and giving the oscillations on the body. Now we have to find the time taken for 10 oscillations, right? So I will start the time when a mark, okay, so a chalk piece is marked right here. Okay, so whenever the chalk piece mark is comes nearest to this stop clock, I will start the timer. Start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So like that you have to count the 10 oscillations and find out the time taken for 10 oscillations. Now it is showing how much? 14.53. That means 14.53 seconds. Okay. So you have to repeat the experiment like that for 3 trials. Okay. For this axis of rotations, repeat the experiment for 3 trials. That is, you will get the value of T1, T2, T3. Then you can take the mean value of that. Clear? So next, second trial is with the same circular body. You have to remove the check net. Okay, now you have to repeat the experiment when the axis of rotation, that means this suspended steel wire is acting as a axis of rotation, should be parallel to the plane, isn't it? Parallel to this plane of the circular body. So for that we have a hole here. You fix the check net to this hole now. Okay. Okay, now the circular body is fixed in such a way that the axis is parallel to the plane. Now perform the oscillations again and then find out the time taken for 10 oscillations by resetting the timer to 0. So just rotate it and leave it. Okay, so now it is oscillating already. So we will start the timer whenever the disc comes to one side. Start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exactly after 10 oscillations you have to stop the timer. And note down this time. Now 10.28 seconds is there as time taken for 10 oscillations in this particular axis of rotation. So like that you have to repeat the experiment for 3 times. Okay, T1, T2, T3 you will get. And then calculate the mean T and then calculate capital T also. What is capital T? That is the period of oscillation, time taken for 1 oscillations. Then we just remove this circular disc and fix the rectangular plate. Okay. So in this rectangular plate you have to perform the similar type of oscillations for 3 axes of rotation. Okay. So first one is, so let us say perpendicular to the breadth, that is the axis of rotation. That means check net should be fixed to this hole or this groove, we can say. So now I will remove this disc first. Okay, now so this rectangular plate is fixed in such a way that the axis of rotation is made perpendicular to the plane. So for this kind of arrangement, again you find the time taken for 10 oscillations. I will start the timer now. Start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Clear? Now it is showing how much? 15.32 seconds. Clear? So now let us continue the experiment for the same axis of rotation, 3 trials, right? T1, T2, T3 you have to find and calculate the mean T. So corresponding period of oscillation is called now Tz, because the axis passing through center of gravity and perpendicular to the plane. So in this case period is called Tz and the corresponding moment of inertia of the body is Iz. Okay. So you have to remove the rectangular body and you have to fix it to the perpendicular to the line, means this side. You have to fix it to this side. Okay, now look at this arrangement. So in which now axis of rotation is perpendicular to the length of the rectangular plate. Okay, so again find out the time taken for 10 oscillations in this case also. So these are the oscillations about the axis. So I'll start the timer. Start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now in this case it is showing 12.47 seconds as one trial. So similarly repeat the experiment for another 2 trials and take the mean value and then calculate the period of oscillation when the axis is perpendicular to length of the rectangular body. Okay, the last one is when the axis is perpendicular to the breadth also we have to do, right? So remove the body and fix it to the other hole where we have the axis is made perpendicular to the breadth of the body. Okay, again repeat the experiment to find time taken for 10 oscillations. You should rotate it and leave it like this. So I will start whenever the body comes to an end. Start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, in this case the time is little less, showing 8.34 seconds, right? So like that you repeat the experiment for another 2 trials so that you will get the mean value and further you can calculate the period of oscillation also, right? So this period of oscillation is said to be Ty. Okay, when the axis passing through center of gravity and perpendicular to the breadth it is called Ty. The previous one when the axis passing through center of gravity and perpendicular to length that is called Tx, and corresponding moment of inertia is Ix. Okay, so like that you can find out Ix, Iy and Iz, and finally we can show, as I said, Iz should be equal to the sum of Ix and Iy. So that verifies the perpendicular axis theorem. Clear? So we need to measure the length of the rectangle plate, isn't it? Just hold the scale. So like this you can measure the length of the rectangle plate. In terms of centimeter it is 15 centimeter and breadth is how much? You can measure like this. So this is the breadth of the rectangle plate, around 10 centimeters. Okay, length and breadth is required, and mass should be measured using the physical balance, mass of this body. So once you finished all these trials you have to look at the result. Okay, so verification of perpendicular axis theorem is possible only when the sum of these 2 values Ix and Iy is equal to Iz. Okay, so that is a verification of perpendicular axis theorem. You can write down in the result as from the experiment it is found that Iz is equal to Ix plus Iy. Hence the perpendicular axis theorem is verified. Clear?